Hello, my recurring revenue baddies. We are recording this really is a podcast episode on how I created recurring revenue in just weeks. Now, this was a massive milestone inside of my business not because of the previous 3 years, but more so because of where I was coming from. So in July 2023, we were kicked out of our apartment. We were basically asked to either buy the apartment or to leave. And it was in a city I didn't want to live in. Neither did my boyfriend. We didn't want to stay there. So we were like, all right, we'll leave, I guess. And we basically got kicked out. Life turned upside down. So in that process, we were going to move cities and move provinces. So those of you who are in the States, move states completely. And in that process, I knew I wanted to go on a road trip because I was like, if this ever happened to us, that would be the perfect opportunity to travel. And we took basically a month to just travel to places we wanted to go. I made a whole map out and everything, and we just traveled. And then slowly but surely in that process, I had just naturally closed out a lot of clients, but then also lost some clients in the process of the move. And that was a point in my life where I didn't have location freedom. I really thought I did, but in that moment, it felt like I really didn't because clients were slowly closing out their contracts. Some people didn't want to work with me if I wasn't there. And it just really was a hard time. And at that point, I had lost really two of my freedoms. So location freedom, financial freedom, because it was going down in the process of the move. And I was like, okay. So we moved into this place, we moved into the city, we got an incredible apartment, incredible location, exactly where I wanted to be. And once everything was said and done, we moved in. I was like, all right, time to start working on making some more money. And it made sense at that point to apply for jobs. It really did. I was like, well, I could get a job and create consistent income for a few months, and then I could like be getting clients in the back end and then leave that job once I replace it. But I was like, something about that just didn't even feel right. After I finished my first interview, I was like, screw this. Like I did one interview and I was like, I could have changed their life. I could have changed their social media. But I was like, screw this. I don't want to do this. Like I know what the hell I'm talking about and I know what I know. And I'm going to go work with the people who actually want to work with me and value my offers and my services. I have been doing this for years. I know what the hell I'm doing. I have incredible results for clients. We've done amazing things, and I can change lives with the work that I do. And realizing that, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. We're going to make this work. So I went into this mode where I was like, I'm willing to hustle for the next end of till the end of the year if it needs to be to make my to go back to more clients, to go back to more consistent income, which I had probably like 6 months before. I had income the entire time. I worked with clients the entire time. However, it just wasn't high income when that shift and that move happened, which was exactly what I needed because you'll hear it in this story. And I want to really voice the fact that me saying I am willing, like with full conviction, right? With full conviction, I am willing to do this until the end of the year, however long it takes, every single day. And I even had a conversation with my partner. I was like, I'm about to embark on this journey, and it's going to mean longer hours. It's going to mean a little more pressure and stress on myself. It may mean I need a little financial support. Like things are going to change. And however, I do know I'm going for this no matter what. And I cannot explain to you how hard that step is. It can be really easy to skip that step and say, watch this and say, oh, girlie, just give me the strategy. I'll do it. But let me tell you right now, if you skip that step, it will not happen. You may by chance fall into some sales, fall into maybe you do get that client, but it will not stay. There will be something that isn't quite there because you're not claiming it. There's no room in this journey to be half in and half out. When I embarked on this journey, I didn't say I want a 4-figure reoccurring client. Like, I didn't know what my prices were going to be for that client when they came across me. However, it ended up happening in a matter of weeks after making that decision and going hard. Literally, I was not working. I didn't work as much as I thought I was going to work. I didn't sacrifice too many things in that time frame, but it was difficult for sure. But the fact that I claimed that just started bringing things into my space that were right for me. I signed a client within like a week. Like, my first client in that process was within a week of me making that decision. I was like, okay, I'm already getting paid. I already got a client. Okay, let's keep this ball rolling. Let's keep going. So all of my clients, they came from different avenues, but it was a matter of getting seen by them. I knew who I was targeting. I was targeting people in my city because I wanted to work with people in my city first. That was my focus at the time. I have reasons for that. So it really doesn't matter what you're deciding, but you have to decide who you're trying to work with. And then you have to decide where they're hanging out. One of my clients came through me through Instagram. They just messaged me, hey, you use social media? I need somebody. Okay, cool. Let's hop on a call. Another client came to me through me reaching directly out to them. There was this point where I got really, really serious about getting in front of higher paying clients. So I was like, I'm going to take all of my energy and not spread it across all of these different avenues, but I'm going to narrow in and I'm going to focus on these places because this is where clients who can invest more hang out. For me, that was email. As a social media manager, it was email. Most CEOs check their email. They may have a virtual assistant doing it, so sometimes it can be difficult. So for some of these CEOs, I actually phone called them. So I found their phone numbers like a psycho, and I called them. And I say like a psycho with like so much pride because it takes being a little delusional and a little crazy to get that type of money. You will deserve 4-figure recurring payments when the person can feel how seriously you take your craft. If you think you're going to sign a 4-figure client and they're just going to land in your lap because you post 3 times a week, that's crazy. I'm sorry, that's crazy. That will happen with consistency and over time, and as you start to implement the things that I teach you. But right now, in the stage you're at in your business, it will probably be by directly getting in front of that client and showing how seriously you take this. Like, I was phone calling them. Some of them may not pick up, but it was the fact that I called and made that very obvious and made that very clear. So whatever you do, take what you're doing seriously and show up that way, because no one can make that decision with a light heart. No one can say, my back is against the wall right now, but I'm going to decide to be even more crazy and not go for the stable option. I'm not going to apply for jobs. I'm just going to go buck wild crazy. I'm just going to do everything possible, and I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to trust myself to make it happen. So that decision and that energy that will resonate through you. It will come off. It will rub off on the people you speak with, and they'll see it and they'll feel it. They may not say anything about it. You may not directly say it, but in the way that you speak and communicate and you're talking with people, it will happen. And because you're in such action-taking mode, things will matter less to you, right? We can't be emotionally like We can't be too emotionally involved in sales conversations and little messages that people send, and whether people reply or not. We need to look at analytics and be logical in this phase of your business. So you will be so unbothered because you just have a next action step to take. You'll be so unbothered by everything going on that it will just make the way you come off and your energy and all of those things more attractive and more magnetizing to your dream clients. Trust me when I say this, okay? So getting in front of them, right? Go straight to the source. Don't waste your time on cold pitching if you know that doesn't work. If your high ticket clients are not hanging out in the DMs, don't hang out in the DMs in this phase of your business, right? It's different. Business has seasons and it has phases. There's time to focus on content. There's time to focus on visibility, but there's time to focus on all three. And that's when you're trying to sign your next 4-figure client, like now, like tomorrow. So you're focusing on getting seen, so getting visible. That does not mean posting reels. This is not a time to try and go viral on Instagram or TikTok. This is a time to get in front of them. Just go straight to the source. Go seek out your ideal clients. Go search them up on Google. Who are the people? Go search them up on Instagram. Find their name, find their details. Who are they? Okay, backtrack. Where would they be able to see you? Where do you have to slip in so that they'd see you? Is it their email? Is it their messages? Is it their phone number? Is it networking events that they host or they potentially go to? If you want to work with realtors, go to a realtor event. Like, that's not going to be fun. I'm not saying any of this is comfortable, but making that type of money doesn't happen by doing comfortable things. And I want to make sure that's very clear. Does not happen by doing comfortable things. So really getting in front of them and getting uncomfortable and really realizing where they hang out and being honest with yourself that you have to go hang out there so that you can get seen. And then when you're actually hopping on that call and you're pitching, make sure you're actually pitching your services, by the way. When you're actually hopping on that call, it takes sales strategy, right? You have to know how to close. You have to know how to speak in a way that activates them, in a way that makes them feel like, okay, she's the authority. She knows what she's talking about. Also, I'm very activated by this because this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is the problem I want to solve. And I see that she's an expert and I see that she understands where I'm coming from. And she's not just, doesn't feel like she's just trying to make a sale. That's when someone buys. That's when they invest. If you could be going in blindly to sales conversation, or you could be reading scripts, but that still won't help you. What will help you is connecting with the person on the other side of the screen. Okay. Sharing your stories to allow that door of connection to unfold. Share who you are as a person. So this is not it becomes not a sales conversation, but maybe like a coffee chat. It feels more like you're actually connecting with the other human on the other side of the screen. And then ask about their problems so that you know what way they word their problems. What is their problem? What is a way that they word it? Not the way you would word it. What are they experiencing? Ask questions over and over and over so you can collect data and then sell your offer based on what they say. So that's converting the person. And then in between there and afterwards, you want to focus on retention. You want to keep that client, right? And that even happens before by solidifying contracts, by solidifying this is the pricing, this is how you can pay, this is the payment plan, and here it is in the contract, so your income can stack on each other. And for someone to continue once that contract is done, it depends on their client experience with you. Are you putting that at the forefront? Are you doing extra little things to go the extra mile so they remember you? Right? You want to create a luxury experience. When you go to the Four Seasons, are they holding out on the bath conditioner or the bath shampoo? No, have as many as you want. When you go to a cheap motel, sometimes they don't even have it. Right? That's the difference. What do you want the experience of working with you to be like? So that you are memorable, so people want to come to you again, so people see their investment. People are paying you every single month. They want to feel like their money's worth it. They want to feel like, oh, I'm so glad I invested in her. I'm so glad my money's going there. And it could be the smallest thing you do. I promise you. It could be the smallest thing you do. It could be the smallest thing you mention on the sales conversation that they didn't know that you knew about them. Boom. That's a hack. That's one of my secrets. It's not a secret because I'm not gatekeeping anything from you guys. But do you see what I mean? That is what creates four-figure sales. It was a matter of weeks. And it was really, it came when I come down to when it comes down to, because you guys are clicking on this video because it says how I created recurring revenue in a matter of weeks. So when it comes to the time frame, the small time frame that I did it in, it came to claiming it, and it came to getting in front of them with over and over and over again. Those two things were the main drivers of that success in a short period of time. And committing to the vision every single morning of, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm here to do, I'm not wasting time, because you guys, this is not easy to wake up every single day, and when there's no actual movement that you see in front of you, that's freaking hard. It's not easy. Like, one of the hardest things to do in the world is put your all into something that is not showing you results yet. That is one of the hardest things to do in the world. And also, it is the most rewarding thing to do in the world. I promise you, you can search this up. You will find all of the successful people saying it, all of the greats, all of the millionaires, all of the billionaires. Okay. So your job is to show up every single morning, even when you don't see results, and stay connected to the vision and claim that. Claim what you're doing, claim what your focus is, and take those steps every single day towards it. Because once you actually get to the finish line, when you succeed, there, first of all, there will be another thing you probably want to succeed at. But more important than anything, girl, no one can shake you when you get there. You'll know that at the end of that finish line, it won't even be, it's not even the price. It's not even the income that you're making off of it. It's not even the actual number. When you look back, you'll be like, it's the fact that I got up every single day and I did that. Like, I did that. You will become unshakable. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I know a lot of you must be from the Visionary Vault, so come in and ask questions. If you're like, Carleen, how do you do specifically this? How do you do specifically that? Come in, ask questions, and we can totally do a Q&A on this as well and continue the conversation. Okay, thank you guys. I will see you in next time's vision. No English. All of a sudden. I will see you guys next time on the next Visionary Live. Bye.